Hey guys, it's Gigi. Today we are going to be talking about my November/fall hits and misses. I haven't done this kind of like series on my channel. Usually you hear me talking about my favorites and what I love, but really rarely do I talk about the products that I don't love. So I decided to make it a bit of a mixture of both so that way it wasn't such a negative video. So yeah, I don't want to make this video too long, so let's just get started with the actual content. First on my hits and misses is my Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder in Translucent, and it looks like this. This is so great. A whole bunch of YouTubers have been raving about this product, and honestly, it's totally worth the hype. I use it to bake every single day, and I tried this other powder to bake, and I'm going to talk about that one really soon. But this powder is so great. It's really lightweight. The one thing that might bother a few people is the fact that, you know, it kind of smells like grandma. But it's fine because it's a great product. I use it to bake under my contour, bake under my eyes, bake everywhere, window when I bake. And yeah, I feel like it's better than the NYC Smooth Skin powder because the Smooth Skin actually leaves a white cast, and I don't mind it. I mean, I can work with it, but this is just like the ultimate, and it's really comparable to the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. So if you're looking for a dupe, I would say this is it. I'm so sorry about the lighting changes. I am filming with natural lighting, so there you go. There's another lighting change. It just goes in and out because Miami's that way. Next, I'm going to be talking about my two favorite foundations, which are Maybelline, and I used these in my last videos. I'm running out of this one, and I just bought this one a few weeks ago. The first one is the Super Stay Better Skin Foundation from Maybelline, and I have it in the shade 20 Classic Ivory. And what's really weird about this foundation, like I love it, don't get me wrong, but it starts off pink and then it turns yellow, which usually it's the other way around, but I don't mind that, you know, because my skin it's very warm, so it doesn't really do well with really pink foundations. The one thing I will say, it's a little bit light for me. I remember that Influenster sent me a full size of this in the shade 10, which was way too light for me. I have a review, I'll link it down below. So I had to mix it with a darker foundation, but that's kind of what ended up happening with this one. I've been trying out this foundation as well, the Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation, and this is great. This is in the shade 40. The one thing I will say, this is a little bit too dark for me. It's not even that bad, but I'm really like a stickler about like my foundation matching my face. If they had this in the shade 30, I would love it. 20 is too pink for me. 40 is too dark for me. I feel like 30, like in a neutral shade, would be perfect, and I would just use this one. It's super matte. It keeps me like not oily throughout the whole day. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, unless, you know, like swimming or something, then obviously it comes off. But if I'm like doing some like heavy duty stuff throughout the day, it stays there. In combination with this one, like they're both really matte and both really great. What I will say is that this claims to transform your skin and make it better. I normally don't have problematic skin, and I don't notice like a huge difference with using it, so there's that. I don't really think that's like a thing. If it has transformed your skin, leave it in the comments. I don't know, maybe. These two have been some of my favorites for a while. Now for my first miss, I mentioned it in my previous video, and it is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. Now this isn't a huge miss, okay? When you first buy the foundation, it's great. I love it, like it looked wonderful, but then once you start using it up a bit, it starts, I don't know, it starts looking weird. And it would do this thing where I would blend it, and it would be like little flakes of white coming out. It looked like powder when it mixes with liquid and you like rub it together. It looked like that, but it was just my foundation. And I don't know, I don't know what it is. When you first get it, it's great, it's wonderful, it's life, but once you start using it up, it turns a little weird. It kind of smells like alcohol, and it's not really pleasant on your skin. Like, you know, when you're blending it in and like, you know, you get on your nose, obviously, and I don't know, it's just not really pleasant in my opinion. I don't stop using it. I mean, I'm going to use it up completely. I'm probably going to repurchase it because I really liked it when I first got it. but I do have to say that after time it doesn't look the same and doesn't feel the same. I get oilier faster, and I usually don't get oily, and if I do, it's not like totally noticeable, but like it's rubbing off like in places where it usually never does. I don't know what's up with it, but it's been a kind of a miss this month. Next, we're going back to my hits, and it's the e.l.f. Illuminating Palette, and it's a highlighting palette. You know, it's really nice. It has 4 different shades. They're great. The one thing I will say is that they're really powdery, and they kind of look like setting powder, but there's not really like a sheen to it. It just kind of looks like a setting powder. It's really weird because when I apply it to my cheeks, it gives me a glow, and it's like a glow from within. It's not necessarily like a highlight like this. It's just a glow. It's great for every day. It's not necessarily great for like, you know, when you're going full face beat, but it's good for every day if you're looking for a cheap alternative to any of the glow kits, and you know, like you're not into the whole beaming and like being able to see it from outer space, then this will be your little guy. Then we're going back to another miss, and I used this in my last video, and I raved about it because it's good. My misses aren't really misses, they're kind of like half misses, but it's the Anastasia Ultimate Glow Kit. Okay, I'm wearing it right now. It's great. The one thing is that it's super glittery and chunky, and that's fine for some days, honestly, but the pigment, like, I expected more from Anastasia, especially with her glow kits. I remember swatching them in stores. I remember swatching the glow kits, like the originals, in stores and loving them, and that's nothing compared to them. It kind of reminds me of the e.l.f. ones. It's kind of like a glow from within, and I had to mix it with my Wet n Wild Boozy Brunch and What's Up from Benefit underneath for it to get to this intensity. But right now it's just really glittery and chunky. You can see pieces of glitter. If you set it with the setting spray afterwards, it's not that bad. But for the price, I mean, you are getting 6 highlighters, but they're not the quality that you are expecting when you're buying Anastasia, you know, and they're beautiful shades. I just wish the formulation was different and it was more like the other formulations of the glow kit. So I'm probably going to get one of the glow kits very soon, hopefully, if they still have them in stock. But yeah, I would stay away from it if you're, you know, wanting to splurge on one product, because it seems like it's more economic. Because of the 6 shades, you feel like you're getting a better deal, but honestly, you just spend the same amount of money, maybe like $5 less for the one with 4, and you'll be much happier if you like that intensity in your highlight. And now we're going to my very favorite palette. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes right now, and I'm wearing the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia. Now this is a gift from up above. Right now I have Venetian Red in my crease and Vermeer, yes, Vermeer, on my lid. And you can see it more on that eye because of the light. Tempera under my brow bone. It cleans up a messy eyeshadow look so well. It's so, all the shadows are creamy, they're buttery. The shimmers are so intense, you literally barely even need to touch them, and they're gorgeous. If you're looking to splurge for an eyeshadow palette and you like the kind of colors that are in there, I would definitely suggest it. You have some neutrals, and then you have your reds, which are really unique. They're so trendy now too. You have your oranges if you're going for that really warm, and then you have your cools right here. And it's just a variety of shades. I suggest it. It was worth the money. I do not regret buying it at all. If you are in store for splurging on a Modern Renaissance palette, I would definitely do so. And if not, a dupe is Makeup Revolution's neutrals versus neutrals. I have it linked down below. They're not as buttery as these, but you can achieve the same looks, and it's less than half the price. So, you know, you can either splurge on this one or go for the drugstore alternative. So usually I love, you know, cleaning up my contour with some powder, and since this was colored, I assumed, you know, it would be good. It wouldn't brighten underneath, it would just clean it up and make it sharper, which is great. But this didn't do that. In fact, it made it orange, and you could tell there was a difference from underneath right here to the rest of my neck. So it kind of looked like I had an orange beard, and that was not flattering at all. Maybe it was the pH balance in my skin that made it do that, or I don't know. But Casey raves about this. She uses it in every video. I'm sorry, Casey, this is not work for me at all. It was a total dud. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I can try using a lighter hand with it and see if it doesn't oxidize as much. But yeah, this was a no-go. One of my last products is the Maybelline Brow Drama Sculpting Brow Mascara in Soft Brown. I have this on my brows right now. I love this. It keeps my brows in place throughout the whole day. I can be doing anything, it'll stay. I could be sweating, it'll stay. Usually I never had a problem with that, but I have noticed that if you're going to use this, you need to have a light hand, because if you go overboard when you go ahead and you want to take off your makeup at the end of the night, then it'll be hell to take it off. Like, it's so bad. It makes your brows really like crunchy, and in the morning when you're gonna do your brows again, like even if you wash your face and stuff, it's still crunchy and unpleasant, and it just doesn't go away. But yeah, if you use a light hand with this, it's great. It'll stay on your brows. It's really potent. Love it. If you're looking for a drugstore brow setter, then this would be your guy. These are the lashes that I have on right now. It's the Ardell Demi Wispies, and I have the multi-pack, and I love these eyelashes so much. Like, you guys, I could wear these every day and be completely fine with it. I usually want like the eyelash extension kind of look, you know, and when I want that, I just pop these on. Super easy to put on. Such a thin band that people ask me if these are my real lashes, and I want to tell them yes, but clearly that's not true. But yeah, no, these lashes are so great. They're really lightweight. They're cheap, and I suggest them if you're looking for some lashes for, you know, every day. If you're, you know, that kind of girl. I am personally. Last but certainly not least are the Bite Matte Cream Lip Crayons with resveratrol, I think is how you pronounce it. Influenster sent me these complimentary, free of charge. So great. So grateful for Influenster. Honestly, highly suggest signing up. I will leave a link down below. One of the best programs that you can do, because you literally get sent free makeup. All you have to do is review them. You don't even have to make a YouTube video for them. You can just review it on Sephora. They have a little task. You can win new products. It's great. So I'm actually wearing it on my lips right now. I'm wearing Glaze around the perimeter. It's a darker kind of pinky shade, and it looks like this. Super pretty. And then you have Kaba, which is a much more like gray toned kind of color. I think it's a really cool color. Usually I don't think I can pull it off, but if I mix these two, I think it's a good combination. The one thing I will say, they claim to be matte, but they're not. They're more of a satin finish. Like, you could still see a sheen, and I haven't put any gloss on there, no lip balm. It's just the lipstick, and I don't mind it. It's really comfortable, and they last all day. I've eaten like a greasy food like pizza, and they've stayed. And if they haven't, you know, because it all depends on what kind of pizza, they'll just gracefully, you know, go away. Or even if you blot it with a napkin, it won't like leave like yucky stuff. Like, I know a few lipsticks that do that. I think the Revlon lustrous lipsticks, they tend to do that a lot, but these lipsticks don't do that. You can just blot it and you'll be fine. Another thing, they smell like fruit. That's great. They're not super overwhelming. I remember Bite sent me their other lipsticks, and it was so bad. They literally smelled like strawberry, but like it was so intense. I could not handle it. I can't wear those lipsticks at all because they just linger. But these are, you know, soft, and they go away once you apply them. And they're super soft, super not drying, super comfortable. I would definitely suggest them if you are in the market for some lippies. And that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't as rambly as I thought it was. If you did like it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I am trying to get to 300. It's not like, you know, that big of a stretch. So if you can make that happen, please do so. Share my video, do all that. You know what to do. And yeah, follow me on my social media, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!